Hello, everyone. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a neat little feature that a few people probably have not seen in Microsoft Flight Simulator, or you saw, but you never decided to play with it. And that is this lovely feature down here that allows us to adjust the authority of the control surfaces of our airplane. So for the sake of our experiment here, we're going to do this a couple different ways. We're going to go ahead and do some quick takeoff maneuvers with this, and we're going to try it at a reduced elevator authority and then a jacked elevator authority to kind of see what happens for the sake of science. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up and get us to the airport.
Straight out departure.
All right, here we go. So we have, of course, adjusted our elevator authority so that it is 2 degrees less. Now, that should be interesting. I expect it to be a little less 172.8. Now, the interesting thing is in real 172, if I pull back that hard, I could probably get the plane off the ground and make it do a little hop. Not going to lie, I actually had, wow, it's really smooth now. Kind of hard to explain, but like, it's really, really smooth. Like, not bad. Okay, I was expecting this to be like nice and irritating or something like that, but it really smooths out your flying. Like, yeah, it's not as like, that's nice. I'm not gonna lie, it's like pretty good. I don't hate it. I was expecting this to be much, much worse. So of course, with that, we're interested in something else, and that's what's gonna happen when we actually stall our aircraft here. Because that would be the real test here to see just how bad our elevator authority is. So we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves in a nice approach stall condition, and we're gonna see if the nose drops now before the stall drops because we've lost all that elevator authority. Okay, whatever you say. That's a little different. So it made the plane safer. Interesting, very interesting. So let's go fast forward to where we have to line up to land here. All right, we are much too fast. So I'm not gonna lie, it's a little different. The big thing I will say is for people who find the plane too touchy to begin with, I have found your solution. Just reduce the elevator authority. Now, some people immediately shout at me and say, well, why don't you just adjust the controller curves? Doesn't it achieve the same thing? Yeah, but no. So let's go ahead and put this thing down on the ground here. I've got myself lined up with a runway 27. What I'm most fascinated about here is how much effort it's going to take me to be able to kind of settle this in. So for those of you who don't know Wyndham Airport in the real world, there are no trees there. It's just open. Also, there's always some dude in an SUV right on your right where the dike is watching you come in for landing. So that's pretty much mandatory at this airport. All right, looks pretty good. Go ahead and kill the power. Nose didn't get particularly heavy. A real 172, the nose gets okay, I don't like that as much. Oh my gosh, look at how precision this is. Look at the precision. Oh my gosh, look at that. Did you see that? Okay, we've found something good. We have found something good out of this. That was amazing. If you have trouble landing, try reducing elevator authority. Okay, so let's go back to that menu now. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set the elevator authority to 2 degrees increased. So this will be interesting.
And straight out departure.
All right, let's do it to it. So I would expect after that experience, this is almost going to be the opposite experience. I've made my 172 too sensitive. So let's go ahead and test it with the hop. It does the hop perfectly. Did you notice, by the way, I struck my tail when I did the hop? Okay. Oh. Okay, it's not bad. So I can already say the reduced elevator authority, I appreciate it almost better than this. This is fine. Like, this is very much, I almost want to call this X-plane sensitivity. It's got that kind of natural twitch to it, kind of a thing like that. Like if I do the quick pull like that, you can see that it settles pretty darn quickly. So let's go test the stall. Theoretically, since we have 2 more degrees of elevator authority, I should be able to pull this thing into the worst stall in the history of a 172 here. Let me go ahead and kill that. One thing Flight Sim does not get right is stalls. It doesn't do this, folks. With the nose, if you keep it centered, and the ball, I'm saying, by the way, the nose drops. And then if you keep pulling it back, it just drops again. And then it drops again. Watch this. You should be able to hold it to like ridiculous amounts. Okay, that's it. That's what a stall looks like on a 172. That's actually accurate. Not gonna lie, I didn't notice any difference at all. If anything, maybe it was more gentle because I could kind of ride it out a little bit longer, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So far, the reduced elevator authority is winning here, but let's go take it for a landing now. All right, coming in. So I expect this to be not nearly as graceful as that last one. I think that last one was probably the greatest greaser in the history of 172s that I've ever recorded. I've never gotten a landing that smooth before. That was legends. So now we're going to try it with the increased elevator authority here. And my expectation on this is that with increased elevator authority, it's going to have that little bit of the twitchiness to it that's going to probably make it a little more difficult to land. But obviously, it'll be a fine landing because it's a 172. You literally can't kill this thing. So let's continue our journey downwards. We continued our descent. Looking pretty good. I don't see any SUVs up on the dike. Weird. There's a little bit of power there. It's feeling pretty good. Pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. Again, there shouldn't be trees there. It's killing me a little bit because in the real world, I can literally glide and I can land on the number 27 in the real world. I don't recommend trying that here. This would be bad for us. All right. Pull the throttle back. Let's bring it on in. So I expect to overcompensate a little bit. Yep, there it is. See it? Did you see it? The float? The float? Do you see the float? Eat it. Okay, so our final conclusions here. Adjusting the elevator authority really didn't make that much of a difference. I'm not going to lie. Reducing the elevator authority definitely made a difference as far as giving you one more precision when it came into landing, just because, you know, your throw of your joystick didn't make that much of a difference kind of a thing. And in the stall, it did the normal stall thing. Increasing the elevator authority, of course, for us, it made it a little bit more like, I'm not going to lie, it almost felt more natural. Like actual 172, very much how it kind of has that weird twitchiness to it. But at the same token, is it made it a little more difficult to control that kind of fine bit at the very, very end of our landing there because, you know, we had the extra little bit of sensitivity that made it a little bit harder to control that speed kind of at the last few inches there. But again, it's an interesting adjustment. And of course, my brain says, maybe we should go adjust the ailerons and the rudder and see what happens, kind of a thing like that. But that'll be for another video. Enjoy.